All right, guys. So I had to switch to my phone because my laptop wouldn't charge. So I need to know if you can hear me and see me. And I cannot even get to my comments either. So I do see Terry in there and see Lit in there too. Please let me know if you hear me and see me. Um, I'm having issues with this today. Um, is it even working, guys? I don't know here. Let me see something. I don't know. I hope it's working. I'm gonna just keep talking until somebody jumps in the chat and lets me know if they can hear me or not. Or maybe you guys can't even see me. I don't know. Um, I don't know what I should do. I don't know if I should shut this down and then come back because I don't know if you guys can hear me or see me. But this is going to be Miami. If anybody can let me know if they hear me and see me, please. Yes, no? In the chat, something. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go back out of here and then start back over again because can you hear me and see me? I say that you're here, but can you hear me and see me? Because I'm literally about to just shut it down. If nobody, I can't tell. I had to switch to my phone. And nobody's answering me, so I don't think you can. All right. Let me try something else. I'm sorry. I thought you guys would be able to hear me. Settings, maybe? Sorry, guys. Hold on. Mike, are you working? See, the mic's working, though. There's nothing else I can do. Oh, okay. It's working. So you could hear me and see me the whole time? Maybe it's not coming. I don't know. Your comments might not be coming up. I don't know. Whatever. You can hear me, see me. Now, I don't know. Let me see if I can drop the... Hi, Norma. Let me drop the call-in link. Karma, do you want to call and talk about Miami? I'll drop it anyway. Hi, Norma. I'm so excited to see you. I'm having issues. I don't have my laptop working. And I've been trying to get my phone to work for like the last 10 minutes. And yeah, it's like really great. And I'm going to drop the call link if I can figure out how. Invite guests. Okay. There we go. Actually, no. Copied. I don't know how to put it in the chat. Nope. Figure this out. I cannot believe this. Norma, did you see? All right, everybody tell me how many episodes of Miami they saw, if they saw any yet. I've watched all 4. And yes, that's what I know. I can't get my thing to charge. I could not stop watching it. I only wanted to watch the first one. And then I was like, I can't stop watching. So I watched the second one. I was like, I'll only watch 1 and 2. Well, I watched, yeah, me too. Ugh, I think it's so good. Oh my God. I think that, all right, I'm going to get out of here for a second. You guys, let me know. Hopefully you can still see me when I'm doing this. Okay. Now, all right, how about the link? Oh, you're here. Okay. How did I get you on here? Are you in? Yeah, no, that's me. It's only one of me. Okay. The link. Oh, I thought you were here. Okay. It is so good. Okay. I know, and I thought it was on Bravo because it says on Bravo, right? And when it advertises, it says on Bravo, and then it's not, it's on Peacock. But like, why wouldn't it be on Bravo? And I think that this is what we were waiting for. Like, I think this is the cotton candy stuff that we have been waiting for. And I'm really excited about it. Hello, Red. What's going on? I could not get the laptop to start up again. And this keeps going out. So bear with me. I've been cursing all morning. My live, obviously, you saw the whole thing. That was horrible this morning, an hour ago. But I did send a link to Parma to call in and talk about Miami with me to Instagram. And if you pop up, hopefully I can see you. But yeah, I know it's weird. Like, I didn't get a lot of press either, you know? So, okay. The hot mic moment looked like a Hallmark card compared to what he said. I can't put the link in there. It won't, I don't know how to do it. Like, I can't get to the comments for some reason. I can see them, but I can't type in them. Let me see. No. I don't know. I don't like my phone. It's a lot different than a laptop, so I never use it for this. But if you go on your Instagram, it should take you right over here. And then you just have to, oh, you're in your Chromebook. Oh, it won't let you call from there? Damn. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm really aggravated. I don't know how to make it let me do comments. I can see them. I know. I don't know how to make this stupid comment. I don't know how to do it. But that sucks. Yeah, there's like nowhere for me to type comments in. Let me try that real quick. I want to get out of here, but like, you guys can probably still see me. I'm still going to talk. But I feel like when Lenny was hopefully you can still hear me. When Lenny was sitting at dinner yesterday, the first episode, and he said he was talking to the guy, the heating and cooling air conditioner guy. Like, you guys tell me, you know that he was talking to her, right? He had been talking to his girlfriend. I think there's no doubt in my mind that he was talking to his girlfriend. You know? I'm trying to find your thing in here. Really? You were just in here. There you are. Hopefully this works. I think he was talking to his girlfriend. Absolutely talking to his girlfriend. And I think that, oh God, what he said tonight, or I keep saying tonight, but I don't want to keep giving it away, but to the hot mic moment, I guess I'm going to give it away. If it was in season 4, I mean, in episode 4, it, okay, it's posted. I can't do 2 things at once in case you haven't noticed. All right, well, did I freeze or am I back? Am I back? Was I frozen? Yes, Jenny, wait, Jenny reminded you of Putin. Hold on, I got to read your comments. Hold on, I was frozen. Oh God, I'm back now. Karma, it's in your email. If that doesn't work, Jenny reminded me of Putin. Jenny? Who's Jenny? That's true, Norma. I agree with you. Yeah, again, why are we bringing Rena back? Is that what I keep hearing? And who's Jenny? Jenny. Oh, Lenny. Yes, you're right. Absolutely. I have a guest. Oh, why isn't it let me let you in? Add to the stream.
Hello.
Okay, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Hello? Why can't I hear you? I can't hear you.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Hi.
So, hi.
Anyway, Lenny the dick.
Like, wow.
I'm just wondering, has this been pre-planned, like for a storyline or something, of them actually splitting, or is this just off the cuff? She didn't have a clue, because the clues what she was given. Oh, he's working out. He's not coming back until late. I'm like, girl, he's cheating on you. Like,
I know.
It's blatantly obvious.
Well, like, so you did see all 4, right?
No, I've only seen the first 2.
Okay. So the hot mic moment, there's an extra part of it that we didn't see that Andy didn't show us.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you?
Oh, you might as well.
You're going to tell me anyway, right? So at the end of his hot mic moment, he's talking to the guy. We might have heard it on Andy's, but I don't remember. The guy said, "Are you sleeping with her?" Meaning Lisa. He goes, "No." You know why? Because the girl that I'm in love with, or the girl I care about, I would be cheating on her. Basically, he'd be cheating on his mistress if he slept with Lisa, his wife. And this is why she's outside throwing a party and waiting for him to come out and hang out. And like, it's just, I don't know what like. I feel like maybe if he didn't get that hot mic moment, Bravo, or we didn't see what happened, like we didn't know what was going to happen, that Bravo or Peter, whatever, wouldn't be playing up all of them, like their situation. You know what I mean? Because every time you see him and her, it refers to how he's lying to her, or we know. But I'm like, it did kind of work out because I do remember like when all that club stuff happened, they were saying that it wasn't on like the camera, the filming was over, and that we weren't going to see it, right? But I don't know, maybe we don't. I didn't think we were going to see this part. I didn't think we were going to see this much. I'm like, I'm like almost speechless about it.
What is going on with the lesbian couple? Are they actually a real thing or not? Because the way it's looking, it's like they don't even really have a relationship. She has a relationship with the farm animals, and the other one's off to playing tennis.
I was wondering, like, I didn't know because I didn't really pay much attention to them last season. I did a little bit, but I was like obsessed with Larsa a little bit. So have they been having issues? Because
Oops.
I don't
What's
think
your
like
phone?
I don't think they'll get divorced, but I don't know. But a lot of a lot of like couples like the empty nester kind of thing. And I feel like my mom was almost like the same way. Like the more she missed her kids, the more she didn't want to be with my dad anymore. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't know. And then I guess that's what it was always. I don't know. It was weird, but like I hope that's not the case with them because they didn't raise it. It was Julia's kids, right?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
She made me laugh when she said to the man was introducing himself to her, this doctor thing, saying, I'm a doctor, surgeon, whatever. And she goes, I breed goats.
Like, I every time like I was watching it and watching it, and I was like, oh my God, Chris, stop watching. You're gonna and it kept rolling on. And before I knew it was at the end of it, and that was that episode. I was like, ugh. So I'm like, so now we have like Lenny and Lisa. Those two might be having issues. And then what was the other thing? All right, what do you think about Peter? Is Peter the husband's name, the one they just got married? Peter and
Are you on about the doctor?
is he a doctor? What
No,
I can't
is
remember.
his wife a doctor?
No. The
With
one
the
who they
blonde
just got,
hair.
they had the party, they had the reception, but they had the wedding last year.
Oh, all right. Alicia, or whatever you call her.
Why did I not
Alexia or
remember her
whatever.
name? Alexia. Okay, yeah. Um,
Yeah, that's a bit
I
like.
really like
Do
her.
you not think that's a bit weird? Like the oldest son, the way he's acting and going on. It's like, I think he really should stop taking drugs because he just seems like an immature little brat. She's
Which
like
one?
the older one.
Oh, like Leah. Oh, Leah Black, not Leah. What's her name? Marisol, right?
No, I'm on about the sons from Alexia when she
Oh,
was on the boat celebrating her wedding, and the younger ones get going. Obviously, the younger one's got a disability, but he's always happy and chirpy and that. And then you get the older one coming in from the first husband with like acting like some kind of like jaded teen all the time. And I'm just like, how old is he now? It's just like, snap out of it and stop with the drugs because it's clear that you're on something. Or maybe calm down on the weed because it's like really mellowing you out and that you're looking like a jaded bitch. You know
no,
what I
that was
mean?
yeah. I was. I couldn't. I see. I don't know why I wasn't really paying attention to that fight last year either. So when she was sitting at lunch with him, that's him, right? The one she went to lunch with.
I
Oh,
think
you didn't
so.
see it. Okay. She went to lunch with over that last one, I think, the last episode, the fourth one. Um, and I was I couldn't read. I guess I never really like when I was getting ready and listening to. I guess I wasn't watching the TV. I was just listening, so I didn't really see what he looked like, the stepson. And then today they were. I keep saying today. The episode they were talking about, all the issues that they had, and the one had the domestic violence with his girlfriend or something.
Hmm.
Like yeah, like so after the season, he ended up having a domestic violence with his girlfriend, and apparently they're back together. and she's upset about it because she's like, I stuck up for, she went over there and helped them, bailed him out of jail and all that stuff, and then they ended up getting back together. And she's like, you always end up being the asshole, like, but she's like, that's my kid. So that's the only issue I see with them is,
do you know what? Like for the first 2 episodes, they run about
mhm.
doing the wedding reception. The one who was supposed to be doing the wedding reception started sending her like forms and all this crap, what you had to fill out. And I really don't blame it to say like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to go with a normal like person to hire a function. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
just like, is she getting a bit like above herself just because she's been in a Vogue magazine or something? I'm just like, what is she going on about? And then she had like sort of like a kind of like attitude, and I'm just like, woman, this is a job. You're getting paid to do a job. You do the job what the client wants you to do, not what you want to do.
But what's is it Gertie that was planning? Was it Gertie the one that was planning the wedding or no? It was Gertie,
I
right?
think so.
Yeah. Because I mean, I keep forgetting that she's there. And then when she was, I think whenever she was helping Lisa, like, trying to talk Lisa, when Larsa and Lisa were fighting, she was like, I guess kind of in the middle of it, but not really. Like, I think she told Lisa
And
or Larsa what Lisa said.
the other thing as well is you don't send a snotty letter to someone, especially when they're going to be paying you for a venue, and you get an assistant to send you a snotty email. Like, be professional, especially if you're going to be in Vogue magazine. You know what I mean? It's got
Yeah.
your reputation at the end of the day. And so anyway, she finally turned up afterwards. But the one who I can't stand the most is the Kim Kardashian wannabe. I just can't. I just cannot get my head round her. I was just like, I'm sorry, but it's bad enough having one Kardashian doing this crap. We don't need a copy.
I feel okay. So like I that's how I felt last year about her. And then I was like, man, she actually doesn't give an F. Like she actually seems like screw you people. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do. What got me this time was when she said that she was out fighting with Lisa and saying that she works hard for her money. Like, what do you mean I work hard for this money? Blah, blah, blah. I work hard. And I was like, it's okay to do OnlyFans is fine. Admit, but just you know what I mean. But when did you work hard though? You know what I mean? And say all you did was live off of Lisa's money.
It must be so difficult putting on a G-string and taking a selfie.
Well, like exactly. I was waiting for her to say, like, I went and did this, or I went and did that, or I started this, or I started that, where she would be doing the same thing Lisa and Lenny Lisa's doing if Scotty stayed with her. If Scotty didn't divorce her, she would still be sitting home. And
I find it's kind of rude how she turned around and says that she doesn't have a mortgage and stuff like that. It's like, who talks like that in front of people in a place? Like,
who cares? She does have a mortgage. Good for her for owning her home.
and since when has it been a bad thing to have a mortgage? That means like you're actually paying for the house.
And if she's allowed to rent her house out to pay the mortgage, why can't she, if the other one can rent her, what out, or lend her, to pay her bills? Why can't Lisa rent her yard out?
It's common sense, like good business practice. It's just stupid. I'm just like, okay, Kim wannabe, like sit down. The pearls is too much.
40,000, I'll take it. You want to pay me 40,000 a weekend to use my backyard? Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm not being funny, Krista, but men must be desperate if they're willing to pay to see her in a thong. Because I'm sorry, there are better looking women than that with better bodies than that. And I'm not body shaming and I'm trying to put it down, but the way she builds herself up, you think she just dropped out of a bloody catwalk. And she's just not like that at all. And I'm sorry, there's better porn stars out there. No offense. What looks better than that?
I mean, like she's a pretty girl, but like
I think she's pretty basic with a lot of makeup.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe what she said she made, and then I went on and checked it all out, and I could believe it now, but I also didn't go past whatever. But like what I saw, I could tell. I don't know. Maybe she photoshops her stuff, but she looks really good. But when you see her on the show, she's kind of covered up now. But like she looks like she gained a little bit of weight, which isn't bad. But like I still I still don't understand where she worked hard though. You know what I mean?
She's
To
overdoing
say
it
that to
to
Lisa is
try.
kind of
Right from the first season to this season, she's overdoing it because she thinks that she's the it girl now, and
she
it's just
definitely looks
because.
like him.
And to me, she's just like a Kardashian wannabe 2.0. And I'm just like, I'm so over the Kardashians anyway. I'm so disappointed that the People's Choice Awards actually give Khloe Kardashian an award. Like,
They
why?
did.
Yeah,
I
I'm like,
didn't
why?
know that.
I'm
Hmm.
just like, these awards are bought.
I mean, like, what did she
Clearly.
do? Like, what did she do to deserve it? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. The thing again with her backing up, she, you know how she's backing up Balenciaga a little bit too. She said, "Well, you know, they apologized and they know what they did wrong." And I'm
Mm,
like, it's so much deeper than that, honey. So much deeper than that, Kim. You know,
it's so strange. I'm just like,
was yeah.
it must be kids voting or something if it's the People's Choice, because no one
It
in their
has to
right
be.
mind would be like, oh yes, Khloe Kardashian, she deserves this award for
What are
going
people's
around
choice
looking like a
for?
bloody ratchet bitch.
Well, what do you like? What do you even get it for though? What's the People's Choice Award for? Like a humanity, maybe, or like I don't know. Like what?
I think TV
I
show
don't
or
know.
something, isn't it? Personality or
Oh
something.
God,
I don't know.
really?
I was just
Oh,
like, American TV must be really bad if that's the case.
I mean, I watched the whole show twice, and I was like, you know what? I know. I stopped watching this for a reason. I was like, this is why. But
The
I feel like their reign's coming to a huge end. You know,
like the thing is with that Lars or whatever she is,
Marcy.
she's clearly trying her hardest to look dramatic and everyone
And
around her.
she definitely
And
did.
plus,
She went to the same doctor and everything, and she told him to make me look like him.
the woman, I don't know, and I keep forgetting her name. Is she called Sarah or Georgia or something? The African woman, like the
Yeah,
black woman.
I
It's not
keep wanting to say
Gertie.
Gertie, but
It's
it's not
the other
Gertie.
one. Yeah, it's the other one that looks like a model. Um,
Yeah, I can't remember either. I'm horrible with
If
names.
Lisa turned around and says, "No, I've gotten it wrong," don't say anything.
Right.
Both of those women went up and told her that, like stirring the pot straight away. I was just
And
like, she said, I've made a mistake, retract that, I didn't mean it, I'll speak to her about it. And then both of them, literally both of them, went to her on different occasions and told her to
I was
start
like,
a
if you were going
conflict.
to do that anyway, why didn't you say no? I'm going to, instead of saying I won't tell her, just admit it. Like, yeah, I'm going to tell her. Like, don't ask me not to say anything. I can't do that. Instead of saying, yeah, I won't tell her and then do it anyway. Because that's where I would be upset. Like, okay, I understand she's your friend and you want to tell her, but then don't tell me that you're going to let me tell her. You know what I mean? Like,
Like
don't be like, okay,
this is the
Lisa,
thing.
you
It's
tell
just
her.
like she said it. It's up to her to like discuss it, and she said she's going to be talking to her about it. So no one's going to get any backfire for it. And if they did, they turn around and say, "Well, she was going to apologize to you because she said it on camera." So what's the point in us telling you? Because it's her situation, it's her problem. Yes, we were sitting there listening, but it's
Mhm.
her what was going to apologize to you because it's her behavior. It's got nothing to do with us. Came out of her mouth.
And I just feel like Lisa, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if it's production or the way they're like doing this, but they're all making it look like, you know, everybody knows something's coming with Lisa and Lenny because they're like, something's up with her. She's overly upset. So what your
But
theory might be
you can see
like,
how
oh,
it's
it's because
edited.
y'all production them.
You can see how it's edited,
I
how it's all looking dramatic and stuff, and like how they're making her look like she's amped up to a 90. You know,
They're making her look so
tuxedo's
hard.
90.
He's making her look like he's making her look. I don't know. Lenny's an idiot. Oh, this is what he said. So what his hot mic moment? He said, "Oh, I know I'm mic'd. I'm whispering."
You should have gotten
Dude, what?
pictures.
Were you an idiot? He wanted
You
to get
should have.
caught. I think he
You should
wanted
have
her to hear
gotten.
it.
You should have gotten pictures and put them up here of his new woman, what he says he has, and do like a deep dive into looking at exactly because when you look at Lenny, you just think,
Huh?
why?
I know.
Yes,
I know.
why? And so
I know.
I want to know if this mistress is really good looking and younger, because that could be the only thing. Because she must be a little gold digger, because she's not really going for Lenny for his personality. Maybe she's wanting some
Yeah.
surgery.
I mean, and then she's like, I'm losing my best friend. I'm like, how's he your best friend when he's doing this to you? Like, he clearly
Friends
doesn't
don't do
respect
that.
her. He doesn't respect her at all. And it was so
No,
sad to see this season. I
I mean,
remember the first night we did.
she was talking about a son on the table and like family
Really.
time, and and he was just blatantly ignoring her. And
Mm-hmm.
I know fine well he was messaging that bloody mistress. And
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
at the family dinner table of all places, and the mother must have known the
The
way the
mother
mother
has to
was
know. It's
looking.
his mother. You know
It's
what I mean?
blatantly obvious she must have known. And like she at least looks like a fish out of water. And I'm just like, oh, men can be so crafty, can't they? Pigs,
And
absolute pig. The
and he was telling, yeah, he told the girl he doesn't sleep with her. He hasn't slept with her in a long time. So she's got to know. Lisa's got to know something's up too. You know,
it's just like messed up.
it's really bad. He's really evil. He's not nice. Like I couldn't even. That I was like, I kept watching because they kept showing previews, and I was like, my mouth just kept dropping, and I was like, did he really just say that to her on camera? Telling her that she's not going to leave. Oh God, telling her that she's got to go, get out. You're not going to leave on your own. I'm going to have to get the authorities to make you, force you out. Like, whoa, dude.
But like, it's like it was a bit dramatic the way because I was seeing the cut screens of it, like the run up what's going to happen next, and she was standing there. I was like, "Are you for real? This is your wife who you got kids to?"
Mm-hmm. And the
Uh,
people that watch this happen, are they not saying anything to him? Like, yo, man.
what are the laws in Miami? Because I know over here, if you've been in a marriage and you've got kids, you're entitled to stay in that house until the kids are 18-year old. So I don't know what the laws are in America, in Miami, but
Right.
in the UK, that's the law. And the men have to go if that's the case, if they can't live together, because the woman's entitled to stay there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder why she can't stay. Wow. Because I mean, they can't be that much different than, I mean, well, they could be different than here, but I mean, that's kind of why I thought that's the way it was here, actually. That if you
Is he
have kids,
taking
especially if you're committing an adultery or whatever, you know, like,
is he taking the kids off her as well?
I hope not. Oh God, I hope not. I
Because
don't,
when she
I
said
didn't,
that thing saying like
not, don't have that
about
many kids.
about you don't you dare show to the kids that sort of thing. I was thinking, has he got control of the kids or something?
He
You know
wants
what
to
I
have
mean?
50-50 or half hit or 50-50,
It's
you
just
know.
so like weird. And what's the crack with her about not talking to her real family? Like she has no family like that. She doesn't speak to them because that dropped into it when they were cooking. Her and the
I heard
mother-in-law.
that. Yeah, I was like, oh, I mean, again, like maybe I didn't pay too much attention to it in the first time around, or maybe, but I don't remember. I remember them having issues way back in the first couple seasons, whatever. But
She
a
say
lot of them, I don't remember that family thing either.
See, because like I haven't watched Miami from the actual start. I watched last season and I've watched
Hmm.
this season, so I don't get like the family dynamics, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
My favorite one on that show has got to be the woman who got married with the reception. I don't know what it is about it. I know she isn't perfect, but I just like her personality.
I like her
She's like
too. I like her being
I
happy.
like I can vibe with her, and also the farm woman. I can vibe with her as well because she's like more down to earth and stuff. Than Laza, I just can't vibe with that one. Nah, it's not
See,
my
I
cup
could
of
vibe with
tea.
Larsa, but I wouldn't
I'll
be
be
able to
so
hang out. I
bored.
wouldn't be able to hang out with Julia. Not that I wouldn't like her. I feel I like the farming thing and all, but I think maybe we wouldn't jive. Like I find a lot of the franchises I wouldn't jive with, like because I guess maybe just from being from here, I just feel like I'm just not anybody's type. I feel like I'm too,
I,
you
I,
know.
I think what it is with me, it's an age thing because, like, obviously, like I'm coming up to like nearly 40. You mellow out, you change, and you know what I mean. And like
Yeah,
you keep changing every 7 years of your life anyway, because that's what they say. And at the moment, I'm just like, the shack was out, like getting back to nature. That's
I
why I'm
mean, I'm
thinking I'll
like an old
probably.
lady, honestly. Like I feel like an old lady half the time, but I just like I don't know. I feel like let's see who I like. What's her name? I do like Marisol, and I do like Leah Black. If she's coming, I know she's coming on for a little bit. Like I think she's a friend of Leah, maybe. But um, I do like Lisa. I just feel totally horrible for her. And it's obvious that he was talking to his mistress. And his mistress, I think, is like 20 years old. I don't know. She looks very young. This crazy
Um,
cat is climbing over everything. But
Liz has just went and said something here in the chat. She goes, I watched from season 1. Lenny's always treated Lisa awful.
oh
See, I
yeah,
haven't watched in season 1, but even in the last season, I thought like something was up.
you could tell,
And
right? And you didn't know.
yeah, and I'm just thinking, this woman, where's her self-worth? You know what I
He
mean?
Yeah, they almost got divorced like in the very first couple seasons, and they went to counseling, and we watched them get back together. He wanted to have kids. I don't know what happened with, I don't know if she had them biologically or something or what, but they had the kids. We thought he'd be happy. This time around, what you saw, we were all like, whoa. She's like, oh, we worked it out and we're great and he loves me and I love him and we worked it out, yay. And he's just like, and I was like,
All I'm gonna say to the women out there or the men, don't marry to money because they will hold you for the rest of their lives and be in control. And you think it's a normal relationship. It is not. They run the show. Be
I mean,
independent.
I believe she had no idea about her mortgage. I think that's why she was upset because she really didn't know about the mortgage, whether she was on it or not. I don't know if you got that far,
Like the husband said on the phone, we don't have a mortgage. Everything's paid for. That's what he said on the phone on the board.
right. But she didn't know that though. You know what I mean? She had
But
no
she's
idea.
like,
And it's a shame though, because she probably in that moment thought to myself, wow. And I remember her saying something like, me and Lenny do this together, blah, blah, blah. And then we see him forcing her out of that house because it probably never went in her name.
mm.
That house is probably not in her name.
It was making me laugh. She says, do we have a plank here? A plank to walk the plank. And the man goes, this
Oh,
is
the
not a
plank,
pirate
yeah.
ship. I
I was
couldn't
like,
help but
off the plank, off the plank. I was like, they're on a booze cruise or something. There's no plank on a booze cruise.
She's like, you could have
Like,
seen Captain Jack Sparrow pop out with a plank.
like, off the plank. It's like, and Larson's like, what are you saying? What are you? And I was like, oh, Lisa, calm down. But she's got to know something's up because it's a shame. You can see it in her face too. I can tell. You can tell when she's like looking at him, and I guess you know it's hard to admit it to yourself, but the fact that he doesn't have sex with her is, and he's dieting. Oh, all that stuff about him being on a diet, and he works out at the gym every night, and she's been waiting for him to do this for years, and she's so glad that he's getting healthy. I was like, oh God, this is horrible. Oops.
Yeah,
Like,
I just like the more she kept on talking, she's like, girl, he's cheating on you. Like, can you
yes.
not see it? When that's why I was saying, is this being set up to be fake? Because it's blatantly like it's like reading a book. You know what I mean? I'm not paranoid, but come on.
I mean, it did work out that way for it all to line up, but I don't
The
know. I
the
don't know.
writing, right?
I
It's
think
like the writing,
production just got lucky, honestly. I
like the
hate to
writing's
say it
on the
like
wall, right? The writing's on the wall, and the fact that they're not having sex. Come on, girl, get it
that.
together. What is
And
going on?
everybody could see it last year that he definitely still wasn't happy. I was like, oh, well, look, these two are still together and they had kids finally. And then she started to talk and say about their
Oh,
situation. I'm like,
one
oh
other thing I
no.
want to talk about: the blonde doctor. Thank God the mother came out and said what she wanted to say to her at that dinner table, saying maybe the problem is you. I just
Oh,
thought
I missed that one.
that's all I wanted to say last season. Maybe it's you with the problem, Pat, with the attitude and being uppity and stuff. You got to take people as they are, and if you can't take them as they are, you keep it moving. You don't sit there and try and control
Change them.
someone and tell them how to behave and stuff. It's just like, girl, it's your father at the end of the day, regardless if he's bloody drunk or not. It's your father. You can't tell him what to do.
I mean,
Like,
I don't know if it got to the part, the maid or the nanny broke her arm. That's all right. So I don't know if you saw the previews when Lenny was like, "You're not. This is not something you call an ambulance over, right? Or like you don't call 911 or something like that." And it's like I couldn't imagine what he was saying that about. I was like, "What could have possibly happened?" And he's telling her not to call an ambulance, but apparently the nanny fell and broke her arm, and Lisa
which
was trying.
which episode was
I,
this on?
it's got to be 3 or 4 because if you don't read, if you
Yeah,
didn't
I
see it,
haven't seen it
it
yet.
literally ran all together for me. It ran all together. I was like, you know what?
It was doing it for me, but I had to stop, and I'm just like, I mean, I know,
Honestly.
I know, I'm limited to what I can do, but I've got to do other stuff. I
I
can't sit
didn't
down
want
there
to.
and
I
say
did
I
not
was
want to.
solid.
I tried not to watch all four because I was like, I'm going to ruin my recaps. I'm going to know too much. I'm going to give spoilers away. But then I'm like,
Yeah,
if four episodes are out, I just didn't want to ruin it for myself either. You know,
I just, I honestly like. It wasn't good how he did that. That was nasty and dirty. That was
yeah,
low.
I
It
didn't
was
think we were
real
going to get it
low.
all. I did not think we were going to get it all on camera. I didn't think it was on camera. I didn't think it was there.
Did they have a prenup?
I don't know.
Because if they
I
don't have a
don't know.
prenup, I'd take him to the freaking cleaners because he infidelity. He cheated on her.
That's what I was thinking. And how is it? And like another, I don't think there's anybody from Florida in our chat right now, but I wonder what the laws are there as far as cheating and the house and her having the kids and like,
I,
why would he
t-
have
I,
to force it?
I tell
You
you what I
know?
like about the Miami scene. Like, I like the way they dress. They're different to what
Mhm.
the other women's on the other shows are. And to me, it's like they're a bit more European, like styled
And
than what
hot
they
and like
are,
very beachy too.
than what it is like in the other franchises where it's just like glamour. I'm
I
trying to be
do,
like
and
that.
I literally don't know anything really much about fashion. I really don't. Like I don't really do. So like all the other franchises, I'll look at their outfits and reunions, and there's hardly anything that I would wear. Hardly ever.
Like
And like
Gertie was
it
bringing
definitely
it, and
like
the other African
jersey.
model, she was bringing it as well. With the clothes, I was just like, yes.
I don't wear dresses either. It's weird. I don't. Yeah. I'm like I'm like, well, I would wear all the stuff that Jersey girls wear, but that's obvious, you know. But it's like I look at the other franchises. I'm like, it's me. I have no style. I'm horrible. You know, like I go on
So
Pinterest to find outfits, you know. But
does,
Miami, I
does,
think they're now. Do you
does
remember Miami's reunion last year? How hot their set was? Like,
I didn't see. Do you know? I did. That's the one thing I didn't see is the reunion. I couldn't get to
what?
see the reunion.
Okay, because we went from I think it was OC's reunion where it looked like Salt Lake's reunion where it looked like they got dressed at Walmart or something. No offense, but like it was it was so bland. It didn't match. It was like Project Runway. It was horrible. And then like 2 weeks later, we had Miami's reunion, and it was hot fire, hot dresses, tan, beautiful. I'm like, where is the production? What is happening? Do they not have the same production team? You know what I mean? Like maybe they don't. I don't know. Maybe Evolution only does
They
one
they
of
have
them.
got they have got the foot on the pulse about what clothes to wear and stuff in Miami than what the other franchises have. Kyle tried it this year, but she's too old for it.
So did Robin and Giselle. I think Robin and Giselle started out strong, better because I had issues with Robin and Giselle's style on Potomac, and I thought they started out strong this season, and it all went to shit. But I mean, thank God, I'm telling you, like Miami's got
Robin
no press.
Robin's Jerry Halliwell wig, Ginger Spice's wig, you thought started out strong. It's a bloody mess.
I couldn't believe she had that on. I was like,
It's I
you
love
know,
retro. I love retro, but Spice Girls in the 90s, come on, Robin. We can do better. Come on.
but yeah, but so Heather Dubrow is the only one that's allowed to dress like a Spice Girl because she looks just like one. Heather
The
Dubrow looks like 40. She does. I couldn't believe when she dressed up like for Halloween. I was like, she is. Oh my god, she's. Oh my god, she is. But I don't really get that excited over them. But
See, because
yeah,
I'm limited with Miami because I've only seen the 2 episodes up to now, and I can't really say anything more. Like,
I
because
know. I'm like, I'm
like
trying
if
to
they
stop giving all the spoilers away. I just couldn't effing believe it. And I'm like so excited. And I don't want to get overly excited because that happens sometimes. And then I get like, it'll like be a complete flop. But
what
I
what's
don't think, I just think it's going to get better. I can't even believe it.
what's the situation with that girl and that Kim Kardashian wannabe? And she was calling that
See,
girl a man online and
because she's
stuff.
Kim's best friend. She's Kim's best friend. So that's
No,
how
no,
she like,
I'm on about. I'm on about the woman on the show with the blonde hair. What's friends with Julia on the farm? I keep forgetting her name. She's
me
supposedly that
too.
Larsa was supposed to call her a man or something,
The
insinuating she
little
was a
young
man.
girl, right? The blonde.
The blonde one who always
Yeah. Why
hangs, who likes
I don't
kissing women.
I don't remember. Isn't that horrible?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I can't remember God her name. I'm horrible with names, but like,
I like say I'm not used to Miami, so like I only know a few of
yeah.
the names. You know what I mean? So like,
I didn't even think I was gonna watch it. I didn't think I was gonna watch it last year. And at the last minute, I ended up watching all of them. I was like, "Oh, this is so good!" And I was like, "Oh, great!" I was like, I was thinking of the old Miami, like the old Miami. I couldn't. I was okay, but it was so long ago. Like with the one chick, the model chick, what's her name? Krupa, Joanna Krupa, and like so I don't know what happened. I just kind of was like, I don't, I don't think I can get back into it, but I did. I ended up getting at the very end. I was like, wow. And then it didn't
I,
get any press this season. Well, I didn't even know it was coming back on until somebody said something in the chat one day.
well, anyways, the way she was going on about the stupid party in a new place or whatever, and like how she was saying she wasn't going to have those two women, Julia and this other woman, there, like going on like that. I was just like, girl, it's an apartment. It's not a palace. No one
Yeah, but she
cares.
worked hard for it though. She worked hard for her money. Remember?
Oh yes,
She worked hard
putting
for
on
it.
G strings, and looking like a duck, pouting those
Literally,
duck
there's
lips
nothing
out.
wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with OnlyFans. There's nothing wrong. As much as she makes or claim to make, girl, go ahead. But don't yell at somebody else and tell them that you worked hard and you know what I mean? Because you were doing the same thing. The only reason you're working, Larsa, and you're not really, you got money from the show and you did your OnlyFans. She started all these businesses she started. I don't remember any of them. When did she start all them things? Like she went down the list of all these businesses she started, and I was like,
You need
okay,
to
well, that's
do
a little bit of work.
you need to do a deep dive and see if these businesses are still going or did they go into liquidation.
I don't think they are, but I will. I'll look. I don't think they are. I think we would have heard about it because it's like Larsa Pippen's pretty popular. Nene, like she's a pretty popular. She's like established as far as like clout and stuff. So I mean, it's got to be like that 5 wick candle thing or 7 wick candle that Wendy did. You know what I mean? Bravo made her get a
Mm.
little bit of a job, like get some kind of like deal going. I don't know. And every time she would want to be on, maybe she just started a new business. I don't know. I hate to be
A
shady about
Bravo
it.
tried to make her like the main one in the cast for Miami because I'm sorry, she's not that girl.
I don't even know who the main character would be. Who do you think the main character is?
I think the three main ones is Lisa,
Mm-hmm.
Alicia, and the other older woman. Them are the main three, I think, and the rest are just the follow ones.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Anyway, like you know what I mean. The reason I
Yeah.
think the reason why I like Julie for is because she doesn't act like any of them at all. She's totally different, which brings something
Mm-hmm.
fresh to it. Like she's
Yeah.
grounded, which you need. She's like I think she's more or less similar to like the Meredith of the show. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Where it's like more grounded and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm waiting to see if any drama happens with Alicia's older son from the first marriage because I'm sorry, I think he's a ticking time bomb.
And I definitely think it's not gonna be the last domestic issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If it got that far before they're in a toxic relationship, they keep getting back together. Because I same thing with Zach, my stepson. Him and his girlfriend fist fight. It's horrible. He doesn't live here because of her. We've had domestics. We've had cops call. He's been arrested. They both have. You know what I mean? It's a situation where I know they're gonna end up killing each other, or one of them's going to prison in jail, and
yeah.
there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing. I don't talk to her. I had to force her out of my house. I had to fight her myself. Like it was crazy. Like she's fighting him in my house. So like I get it. I get where she's coming from. I'll never forgive this girl. I don't have to fucking like her. And the thing,
Yeah.
like I get it. Like I don't get along with any of his girlfriends, but for good reason. But like I understand where she's coming from. If I had to go bail Zach out of jail, I didn't actually bail him. I don't know how he got out, but if I had to go do all that, like I had to end up kicking him out of my house because it's like, I mean, he's 20 some years old. He got his own place, but like, the whole reason that he left to begin with is because of his girlfriend. And she was saying that, like, he really was like, she was talking to him about it at dinner. This just, another episode. And I was just like, I mean, I don't know. I get where she's coming from. She's like, you're my son. I'm always going to be there for you and do this stuff for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I get where she's coming from. But again, you always end up being odd man out where like they're great and wonderful. And I'm telling you, same thing happened with
She's
Vegas.
always having to pay the price or be in the middle of it, having to
And
sort
that's
it all out. And it shouldn't even be her in the middle of it. This is a guy causing literally trouble and he doesn't help himself and he's causing trouble with the rest of the family. And it's like, grow up, Stop
You
doing whatever you're doing, because clearly you're looking jaded as hell and petty like a teen, and
he does
grow
look
up.
very
I mean, it comes a point when the younger brother who's disabled mentally is more mature than what he's acting like.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
And
The other thing, I seen the younger brother putting the moves on this blonde haired woman when they
I
took
did
the cake
too.
tested. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
smooth operator.
Was I the only one who thought that was like, oh my God, what's going on? And I'm like, maybe they're used to that. Maybe he does that.
I was
Maybe
just
they're
like, I was just like, is she happy with that? I'm fine with that because with that, I've
he
got to
wants to do
realize
it.
he's got issues as well. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh my god.
I was like, oh my God. It was like, how sweet of him, I think. Like, you know, but
Yeah, and then you
it's
think
like,
creepy.
and then, and like at the wedding or the reception, I was very happy that I want to say his name, I guess Peter, I think his name's Peter. He was like, I gained 2 sons, you gained 2 daughters. Like that made me happy to see that they're all a family. But I mean,
Hmm.
again, that whole domestic, I mean, the thing with his girl, I don't think that's going to end well. And I think that Peter's going to end up having to step in and like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like that situation's going to,
You can
I don't
say
know what
that
it's going to.
You can say that Alicia loves her husband because
Oh,
she
yeah.
did
So,
when
so
she's in the
happy.
picture is what you call it here, and he goes on behind her in her face. And I was just like, oh, bless her. It's just like, that's what it should be like. You know what I mean? Um,
They look so happy.
there's
You know,
let's put on a question saying about has Lenny and Lisa got a
I
prenup? That's what
know.
I asked before, but we don't know.
We don't know.
This is what I'm saying. This is going to be the big breakdown because if they haven't got a prenup, she's entitled to half.
And I want to know how come she's not allowed to stay in that house. But you know what I mean? I got to find out these Florida laws. Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Yeah. Like yeah, like whatever these laws are. I mean, I'm sure I mean, he cheated, right? That's right there. The judge should give her the house anyway, I think. Or not give,
mm.
let her stay in the house. She didn't do anything wrong. But like if they didn't have, I mean, at this point, a prenup, all
This
that
is
to
what I can't understand. I'm going to cheat on you, and I'm going to kick you out the house too while I'm on. Like,
and to rub it in, I'm gonna talk shit on camera so you hear it.
yeah, he knew those cameras were there to do that on purpose, coming around
He said, I'm
because he knew
whispering.
she
He's
was
like, that's why
filming.
I'm whispering. I'm mic'd up. I'm whispering. It's like, we still fucking hear you. I feel like yelling through the TV. We still hear you. We can hear you. Like,
She really needs to upgrade herself mentally and say, look, you are not better than me, and I put up with fucking shitloads, and I'm going to take you to the cleaners.
I would think, like
I'll
with
make
Leah,
you pay.
Marisol and Leah being her friend and pushing her to get like the good. Somebody said today, though, I heard that somebody was getting her, pushing her to fight harder, get a better lawyer, screw him, take everything. And they're like, well, she's not really listening. So I don't know if what that can. I mean, she's probably like grieving, but I don't understand what they say that she her perception is that she's losing her best friend, and maybe 20 years ago he was her best friend, or maybe 10, you know what I mean? Whatever, they got married.
Mm.
But how can he be your best friend now? You know what I mean? It's not like he
It,
just up and left her. He told her why he was leaving, and she caught him. So it's like, you're not losing your best friend, hon. You're losing the worst thing that ever happened to you. Yeah, great. Thank God she got her kids out of it. But she had
let
kids for him.
lit again. This is what I said earlier on to Krista. Is the law the same as what it is in the UK? She can stay in that house until the kids are 18.
I mean, I would, and then even if it's not the law, the fact that he cheated, and even if there's a prenup, the fact that he cheated, that
Mm.
all should be a factor. And we have proof that he did it because he said it on camera. He basically said it would be cheating on my wife if I slept with my wife. I might be cheating on my girlfriend if I slept with my wife. Yeah,
It's
exactly. She's grieving.
disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
My heart broke for her because I thought about my husband. If I had to hear that, oh God. And like, I think like my husband's like I think my husband's perfect, really. Like he really almost is. And it's like, I'm not, but like he is. And it's like, I just, wow, I couldn't even like to hear that afterwards.
Well, I know Lisa's not perfect and she has attitude now and then,
Well,
but
Christ. But does
You
your
do
husband deserve? You don't deserve that from your husband to say that kind of shit. You
no,
know?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, and that's why I was wondering, with it being more dramatic, did she knew something was going on, and it wasn't just about that Lars or whatever you call her. There's something more
Oh,
going on, but
absolutely, not just about
she's not
Larsa.
coming forward. You know what I mean? And because
She,
it's a bit like, if I can tie it in, like it's a bit like Jen Shaw over the top, and she's
ugh,
channeling her anger out on the wrong people. It's
I
that
don't
kind of
even
thing
know.
because the emotions are going like a snowball downhill and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger than what the situation is. And you just explode and you take it out on the wrong person.
But Jen Shah only has herself to blame. Lisa does. You know what I mean? Lisa can blame Lenny. Jen Shah can only blame herself. You know? That's why I
Oh,
tend to start to feel bad for her. I'll start to feel bad for Jen Shah, and then I'll remember, no, like she literally did this to her. Like, she really did just keep doing
she's
it
the
if it does what not to. You know?
Jen is the Tasmanian devil, but
Yes.
she's good for show. That's what it is on
Yeah.
the show. She brings the
Yep.
drama and the comedy.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, that thing with Lisa Barlow, I think Um,
Yeah.
I
Let's talk
understand
about
where
Salt
she.
Lake. We got 10 minutes. We'll talk about Salt Lake now.
I understand. Right, this is the situation with Salt Lake. Let's break it
Okay.
down. Heather
Go
is
ahead.
soft. Heather is soft. She doesn't like confrontation. She says what people want to hear her say, so she's not having any conflict. And she's a people
But
pleaser. That's what it is. And
she
when it comes to the people, straight on, she flips and changes like nothing's ever
she's
happened.
you know why? She's a pussy. She's a pussy, that's why. Because she's
She
afraid,
is.
and
She's
I'm
soft.
why. She wants to
You can
be,
tell
she
she
doesn't have
has
a backbone.
insecurities. Now, I'm going to say this, which I'll say on Freddie's as well. I don't
Hmm.
think there is a rift between her and Lisa Barlow. I think it's just done for show because the faces what both of them are pulling into each other at that dinner table when each of them were getting digs in. And then Lisa gets up and walks off, and then suddenly Heather gets up and walks off straight after her. I think it's all for sure. I really do. But you are not, I'm going to say this about Jen. You cannot tell someone you cannot be friends with that person if you're an actual friend, because that's not being a friend. That is controlling someone. That's not a friendship. That's a dictatorship.
And
And
exactly. And you're
I,
leaving, bitch.
I,
You're not going to
and
be here.
I mean, and what I can't understand and get my head around is that Angie K going on. And then like she threw a drink on her, and then
I, yeah.
and then they were arguing, and like the flip flops, the seals were getting the flip flops, and the food off the. I mean,
And like,
let's just go and
Heather's like,
fly
oh,
food off
no,
the board.
the way that Heather like talked that out, like talked that like, all right. So first, like for wait, was it? It's Heather saying when Heather was getting called the fuck out at dinner by Jen and everybody else. She's in the after show going, why do we got to keep talking about feelings? I don't want to keep talking about feelings. That's not what they're talking about. It's not about feelings, Heather. It's about how fucking two-faced you're being and how like soft, whatever, flip
She's
flopping. And
she's
I don't ever agree with
deflecting.
Whitney. I don't ever agree with Whitney, but I agree with her in the after show. She called exactly how we're calling it with
She's
Heather.
deflecting because she doesn't want the drama coming onto her, so she's avoiding it. And while she's doing that, saying it to please whoever she's with, she's looking like a crazy bad person, and she's looking weak instead
And
of
Jen
just
Shah
standing
doesn't
her
play.
ground. Instead of,
And
I
Jen
mean,
Shah does not
how
play.
how low was that with Jen though? I only get
Mm-hmm.
60% of her, and like if you recall the season before, what she did to Heather, and she tried
Yeah.
making up to her. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
it's like
all that stuff.
they're all fighting over the convicted felon who's a better friend to her, and then knowing she's going away in a month, and she's shit on every single one of them, but they're all fighting about who's a better friend to her. It's like,
I'm
why are
sorry,
you guys
but
killing everybody?
Whitney, I didn't agree with one thing what Whitney did. Everyone needs to take accountability. I'm with
Oh,
Meredith. I'm so with Meredith out of getting up. And never mind walking out, I would have went over and slapped her across the face, then walked out, you cheeky little gaslighting bitch. I was just like,
I,
you're the one what said it, not Meredith. So own it.
she was the one that said it too. And you know what? I'm starting to actually believe that Angie Harrington did say that about Lisa Barlow, but Heather just didn't want to fucking deal with it because she's Angie's friend and couldn't believe that Whitney would bring it up
Heather
and
give it
blame her
away
for
when
it.
when she was sitting at the dinner table, if I've heard something, I put it in the back of my mind, a little box, and hopefully I
Yes,
forget about it because I
because
don't want to
she.
be carrying the drama on. And I thought, exactly, because
Yep.
what was Whitney's goal doing that?
She's
Like,
literally. I don't
she
know
she
because.
she is playing the game. She's wanting to get in Lisa's good books because she's always wanted to be Lisa's friend, and she's seen
Yeah.
that Heather and Lisa were starting to sort of like talk, and she wanted to get in before her. So she
How
threw
insane.
she threw Heather under the bus with Angie H,
Yes,
to
that
get
was
in with
wrong. So
Lisa.
wrong.
It's so predictable what she's done,
And
and
it's like, Whitney, grow up. Like,
it's
shut
like
up, Whitney.
like
Oh,
can we
Carmen
please
gives
bring Mary
blowjobs for.
on?
Yeah, it's like
Can
me
we
going, Carmen gives blowjobs for subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Carmen's giving blowjobs. But you know what I
the
mean? Like Chris is giving blowjobs for subscribers. Like,
the
really?
the it's like
No, nobody's going to
I was
believe it.
just like, can we please pull in Mary Cosby and say, little girl,
Yes.
sit
Oh my
down?
God, with Meredith. Meredith laughing at herself. Meredith laughs at herself. She's like, little girl. I was like, Meredith, I love you so much.
See, I thought Meredith and Mary Cosby would have been a good dynamic, the way
Oh
they
my
were
God.
acting last season.
I
But
didn't
Lisa
see
got
that.
jealous of it and went after Meredith because she was friends with Mary Cosby.
Oh my God. And Meredith and Jet and Lisa don't even talk at all. I didn't even see them talk one time, now that I think about
No,
it.
no.
So there, I would never forget, I wouldn't forgive her either. And like, how can she forgive Jen Shaw, but she can't forgive Lisa? Well, I'm sorry again. Jen
I'm
Shaw
I'm
wasn't her
I'm
best
gonna say
friend.
something. I'm gonna say something as well. Same
Mhm.
sort. Lisa's supposed to be Angie K's friend. She didn't exactly
So,
say anything when the drink went on her. She said it way after, out the way. That's snake-like.
oh, of
And
course.
then the only way Jen found out is because Heather found out and told her. Said this is what you've done, and that's why Jen was like, "I'm going to kill her after everything I've done." And I just thought, Jen, you're not, because you've went and grasped on Heather, and all she has to do is come out and say that, and she's just destroyed two people's friendship there and then with what you've done.
Yep. And then like it doesn't seem like Jen's not very forgiving. So it's like the second like she doesn't care who you are. And I hate that she's like this, but like, just because it's Heather and just because it's Lisa, Jen Shaw's not gonna like be like, oh, it's okay. You know what I mean? Because again, Heather was saying they played the clips of all the stuff. Heather was so devastated by all Jen's actions, and it was like you said, completely different story. But it's like I don't understand why like why wasn't Angie on the trip? How's Angie K Jen's best friend for 20 years?
Mm,
How is it seems like that the like all right, so you have the episode and then you see the after show, and the way they have them set up doing confessionals separately, they have conflicting people, conflicting like you have they must not have
I, but
personally like
do you know what I find funny here is it's a bit shady how she turned down Angie H, but she invited Dana, even though Dana's the one who had an issue with her, you know what I mean? And
and
Angie
it's
H's husband apologized to Jen, but she still wouldn't bring Angie H because Lisa Barlow wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? And it's just
yeah.
like, this is just like a load of crap. And I'm sorry, but Angie H, she seemed reasonable what she was saying when she was on it.
And we've
You
heard
know
about
what
her
I
for like
mean?
2 seasons. We kind of already know her because we've been hearing about her for 2 years. It's like I think that she should be there. I also but to see the thing with her saying that she would apologize, right? I understand that. I thought she should apologize, but the excuse that they used for not doing it, following through, I didn't like that excuse because you don't want to be involved with Shaw Exposed. You don't want that to be I don't know. He said the legal team said it wouldn't be a good idea. We don't want to be involved with Jen Shaw, but you're on a show with her. They're going to see her name. You're going to Google Angie hair, whatever her name is, and you're going to come up with Jen Shaw too, because Shaw exposed and he came out on the show saying, I did this, blah, blah, blah. So you're associated with Jen Shaw right there. So the public apology, I think, should not be that big of a deal. You
Mm.
know? I know I heard
The,
something too about yeah, so like like I think he should publicly apologize on Twitter or whatever it was and not use the excuse that it's going to make him look bad if he's ever Googled it that he doesn't want to come up as being associated with Jen Shaw, which you already are because you're on the show with her, and you actually
the,
used her name to
the
troll
other
somebody.
thing, the other thing with it, with the situation is,
But they just don't give a fuck about Jen, so they're just like, fuck it, we're not doing it. That's what it is.
When
But
when Jen came out in the Hawaiian thing, do you know what the first thing what came to mind? Do you remember in the 90s when the trolls were out and were in fashion, you used to stick them on your pencils?
wait, say that again.
Do you know the trolls what you used to stick on your pencils? I don't know if you had them in
Oh yeah,
America.
yeah, yeah, with the hair. Yeah.
That's what I just thought when I seen Jen walk out with that wig on.
Oh my god! How did she go? I seen her with naturally curly hair, and that was not it.
I was
I was
just
like,
like, where the hell has she bought that thing from? It's like, is it one of Tina Turner's or Cher's cast-offs from like the 60s?
but she, and think about it, she was completely passed the fuck out and wasted all afternoon in that van. Like
The best
she
thing
didn't even
was when
remember
she
yelling
when
at Lisa.
the best thing was when, and this is what I was just about to say. When did I start with you? I was just like, whatever she's on, could I have some if you get blockouts like that? And then
I
and
was
then she
trying to
goes
do it.
and then she goes midway, Angie K, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry what I
You're doing
did.
what I love. You're, yeah,
And then
it was like
Angie
this. It was
K's
like,
and then
the only one I
K
have is Angie K. It's you. You're the
I,
winner.
Angie K after slagging her off, putting her down. I believe you.
Lisa's like, are you?
Heaven's face said it all. Heaven's face said it all, like you flipping snaky bitches. And
And I was like, man. And Angie K's like, okay, okay. I was like, apologize for the shoes, Jen. Apologize for the shoes. Because I was shocked that she even apologized to Angie, but she was like looking around the table like nobody's my friend. She's like, oh, Angie K, you're my friend. That she's the only one. I'm like, you
I mean,
literally threw her shoes out.
who? Like
Threw what her.
when she thrown $1,500 shoes off a boat, and then when Angie came up after seeing them, she says, "Who did that?" And she goes, "I don't know, but you can blame me." I was like, "Jen, you were a little, you know what I
She's like,
mean?
oh, they
So
just said,
passive aggressive." Like
she's
it was me,
stupid.
but it wasn't me. But you can blame me. I was just like, Jen, you are a little. Oh,
I know. Same thing with the stuff with the porn stuff on her. Oh, knock it off. You don't know how to have fun. That's gaslighting right there. You're bored. Like how everybody's like, that's so stupid. You shouldn't be upset about her pouring like a drink on your head. First of all, she did it. We talked about this before. She did it as a bullying move. It's not like it wasn't a haha fun. Like haha, this is fun. I'm like, Jen, you knew you were like the worst person ever. Like who would ever want to be her friend? Think about it. She has not been able to maintain one relationship since we met her. Not even her own husband. You
it's
know,
just
not one
that's what it.
relationship. She's had problems.
It's just
Oh,
madness.
I didn't realize something. There was a thing on YouTube. It must have been. It was made about Jen Shah's thing. It was like the Hulu doc, but a YouTube version of it. Even Adam's interview was in there, and I found out too that her mom actually gave her that. Jen Shah's mom gave her the money after, just to maintain the legal fees. Not, but like just
Um,
recently, her
um,
mom like
um,
gave her.
um, the mother's money is gone. Her
Yeah,
life
but I didn't.
savings
I
is
thought
gone.
she like handed it over to her like in the very beginning, but she like literally did it after. I think maybe even she. Maybe I don't know something. I found there was a bunch of information I didn't even really know about, and I was like, whoa. I mean, I knew that Coach tried to leave her 6 months before the show started, and it had to do with what she was doing. The aunt that had no legs or whatever, the aunt from the hospital, involved her in her scheme. Like not involved her, but like robbed her money too. Like I guess called her as one of the leads or something and got her involved in it. And like ended up, the aunt was one of her victims. And I think that's when Coach was going to leave her. Maybe I don't know. It was like
Jen,
6 months. Or no, I'm
it's
sorry, not 6 months before the show started. That wouldn't have made sense. Hold on, because we didn't know she was a criminal yet. Or maybe we did, or maybe they say the aunt was like, I'm getting scammed or something, and didn't know the rest of the world was getting scammed too. But he was leaving her for a reason, and he said that he wasn't making her happy, and that he wasn't doing his job as a husband because she's not act like herself or something, whatever. So he was picking up on something like way before we even started the show, like she must
I
have been
I
really.
I believe that him and Jen Shaw was split.
I think they're split
Causing
now. Yeah.
I think they were split before. I think they just came together
Okay.
on the show for convenience. I reckon he's got someone with where he's coaching lined up.
I didn't
That's
think
what
it,
I honestly think.
or somebody that works for the team. that were
That's what
that
I
could
mean.
travel
You
with
know what I
him,
mean? That's what I mean.
And I want to
Like in the
talk to
workplace.
I want to talk to the Uber driver that took her home from Heather's and dropped her off at some condo and then went back and picked her up and almost had the Uber driver lie to Coach Shaw about where she was at 1:30 in the morning, 1 to 3 in the morning, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody wants to. How are us Bravo people not asking this Uber driver to talk to us? You know, I'm pretty sure he did go on somebody's podcast, and he's the one that told the story about she wanted me to call Coach and stuff. And it's like he had to have seen that scene, you know?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that was this season. I think I think they are separated, but like still. And then what did we say? Why did she get a postponement? She got a postponement for the fucking reunion. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. And they're like, oh, for the holidays. I'm sorry. No, they don't give a fuck about the holidays. They don't. You had your
I,
holiday.
I will say one thing. It's clear that she won't be going on the reunion probably now.
No, she is. She is. I don't know
Is
why.
she?
Yes,
Why?
that's why.
I
Yep.
wonder if she brings up about Andy Cohen trying to ban her from Bravo. Con.
I don't know why he agreed to it. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But now I'm like, okay. I was like, I already knew that she got the special treatment postponement, but I thought it was going to be literally for something really like important. Like maybe she talked, and they had to wait for something else to be settled. Then they give her time. I don't know. I was trying to think of it that way. But the fact that she probably asked for this because of the reunion, no. Yeah. Like we just found this came out today or yesterday.
He's banned her from going to BravoCon, but he wants her on the reunion.
Yes. And I think it's because she was bitching a lot about the fact that you're still using my face, or using my this, or using my that, you're using my story.
She's got a point. She's got a point.
But she's also getting paid for the season. So what do you care? You know what I mean? Like you're getting paid regardless, baby.
If he's still going to use it, I mean, like I'm not condoning what she's done. She was totally in the wrong.
Oh, I know, yeah.
But for viewer wise, she's the one what people will be watching because of her behavior. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it has not. It can't be because of the holidays, because they don't. I mean, they care about that, but not really.
They're not watching people for Lisa Barlow wearing a lime green silky shirt with tacky studded jeans and shoes what don't even match.
Where do you see? Go on the Bravo after show. Go on the YouTube after show on Bravo and look at the outfit she's wearing in this confessional. It's worse. It's like those chef pants that like chefs wear, the checkered ones. Like
Krista, I had to correct the British people who were saying she's so stylish in that. I'm like, no, she is not stylish. I don't know where you's come from down south, but that is not stylish. I says, let me check you. And that's what I said. I said, she was wearing a champagne dress with silver ankle boots on. Silver with champagne gold. Hell no. And that was on the front. That was on the front thing when she goes, "You can stab me in the back," blah blah blah, whatever she says, because she's so fake.
And then she's like, the only one I want. Oh, she said, like, the only person I want to see naked. Like she was talking about the cops, the strippers, and stuff. She's the only one I want to see naked is John Barlow. I was like, yeah, your sister's boyfriend. Wow.
John Barlow. We're talking about Lisa. We're talking about Lisa Barlow.
Yeah. I know.
Did you see what the strippers like? It's the fun strippers. Yeah. Oh my god, I don't want to touch anyone. I mean, oh my god, wet wipes. Oh my god, the only person I want to see is John Barlow.
And she literally looked like
who the hell would want to see him? He's horrible.
I know, but like also too, did you see how? I'm sorry, but she's super freaking skinny. She is too skinny, and I'm thinking to myself, that stripper would have broke her in half, because how I think she's lost weight. I think she's lost weight since last season.
I think she's anorexic, to be quite honest.
It's unhealthy. That dancing shit was the way she looked dancing. Her pants are way too big. She's this big. She's this fucking big. Something's wrong. Like
you were typing exactly what I think about it. It's like, can the real Lisa please stand up?
Exactly. She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't. This whole eclectic style that she thinks she's got going on, I call it New Jersey New Jersey homeless 80s chic. Straight, she needs a pack of Maverick menthols and like a Suboxone wrapper in her pocket, and she'd be perfect for homeless
Lisa,
Jersey.
she has a Valley Girl voice. She has some weird style. She can't
She's
sell a vodka.
trying.
She can't sell a vodka well. She can't even show her own house. She acts like, oh my God, like so
I didn't
fake.
know it
Like,
was in her
I'm
house.
so above this. Oh my God, flip my hair. And they're just like,
Literally
get
clutching her
real,
pearls, and she
Lisa.
literally stole her sister's husband or sister's boyfriend, but she clutches her pearls when the strippers show up. Please,
Now,
I'm just saying,
but like,
I know.
I wouldn't mind the brown haired stripper jumping on me.
I mean, stop. Yeah, I'm like, I'm more into like, I can't.
The
I don't like
Latino
that
one
word.
was hot. Don't care much about the blonde one, but the Latino one was hot.
I like his accent. I was like, oh yeah, say that again.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
I was like, say that again. I was like, oh, he's like Spanish or something. I was like, and I'm not into like muscles and stuff like that, but I could do that. Like, I could.
Did you see Whitney Stewart? Oh, I'm married with 2 kids. Jump on me. I was like, girl, you have chosen the wrong vocation, girl. Get yourself into adult film and just dump the husband. We know that is where you're destined to go.
But she dances. She's a good dancer too.
What she did on that bloody boat, like jivating with her like little foo upside down. I was just like, please, can we put a sensory over this? This is a bit zoomed in. And that man looking at the top of the boat, I'm just like, this is getting a bit adult.
And if she had an ass, it would have clapped. When she did that move, her ass would have clapped if she had one. I was like,
yeah,
she knows how to do that. She knows how to do that. She knows how to do that. She was like, literally, she's like, watch this. I was like, wow, Whitney.
But going back to the table with the strippers,
yeah,
you can see Heather is desperate for them just to jump on it, the both of them. Should eat them both, and she's acting all like Miss Proper, like hee, and she couldn't win. She's, oh my God, look what they're doing to me. I was like, shut up, Heather. You'd be like there saying, please, I've got a condo here. Let's go upstairs.
and it's weird. Like, why can't Heather find a guy? I was like, at first, I thought any guy would like her. I think any guy would take her.
If there's guys in any episode, Heather is going off with them or trying to get into them.
Yeah, great, but like, why? I'm pretty sure she's probably looking for like a relationship, maybe. But it's weird to me that she can't find one, because I feel like she's not an ugly girl. She's smart. I mean, who cares about the Housewives drama? They don't care about that. But like, she's got a great business, and like,
I'm just going to say she's desperate to get laid.
You think that's why guys can pick up on it? Maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
They see her as just like an easy ride, good time. That's the problem. She's got no self-esteem, so she clings onto the closest drunken man she can get. And like, come on.
I wish I knew how to share my screen pictures. I want you guys have to see how Heather and Whitney's face look in the after show on YouTube. Their faces, you have to see it. They look like they look like they both lost 100 pounds. Whitney and Heather, they look alike. They have the same. It looks like they have the same fillers, the same Botox, the same lips. It's creeping me out.
I do not like fillers. They make women look like Madonna bloated fish. Like eggheads.
I almost got them with my Botox. I didn't do it yet this year.
No, don't do it.
I know.
Because you have no facial expressions. You don't know if you're mad or not. And
I didn't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, I just want you to do that. I'm like, take my face, like, how, see this right here? Do that. And that's what I want to look like. That's what I do. When I get my Botox, I'm like, this is what you need to do to me, right? And I was like, I might need fillers. And he's like, and the one girl, she's like, I don't think you want fillers, hon. She's like, and I'm thinking fillers and Botox. I'm thinking like they do the same thing. I didn't realize fillers actually were filling. I knew, but I didn't know that yeah. She's like, you have too many. She's like, your face doesn't need fillers.
If guys wanted to be with a bloated fish, they'd go in the ocean and get one.
I mean, they do. They're not gonna, they're not gonna kick her out of bed, but they're not gonna marry the blowfish. They're just not gonna kick her out of bed, but they're not gonna marry the blowfish.
Exactly.
But I mean, all right.
Could you imagine taking a woman home looking like a busted anal lips to your mother? And you try to explain to your mother, this is the woman I love, in front of your mother, someone looking like trash. Like, say it was
Yeah.
like the second marriage, someone in the 40s, but they're trying to look like they're 20. Come on. It's just no.
I wonder, like, no, but see, I wonder if like people say that about me though. You know, I mean, I like you got. I wonder if people say that about me. I'm talking about like me being 45 and dressing. I refuse to dress like. I refuse to shop at. You know what I mean? I literally just. I don't think I dress. I don't know. I
Well,
wonder. I often wonder if like
Krista,
people think.
Krista, put it this way: you don't have your tits out. You don't
No,
have your
I
lips
don't.
blown up. You don't have your lips
No, I
blown up.
mean,
You're not wearing 9-inch
like I
heels.
have a belt on. You know what I mean? I'm wearing
You're
a
not
belt. I'm
flipping your
wearing like a sweater jacket. You know.
you're not flipping your hair, and you're not singing Pink, Stupid Girls.
I
Come on,
mean,
like
I do
seriously.
flip and play with my hair a lot. You know, like I do say like a lot. Like you know, like
Yeah,
I
we,
can't
we
help.
need to calm that like down. Too much like.
And like I'm gonna get my lips done. I'm like, I know because did you hear him? Oh my God, Freddie trying to read my comments even before you came up. Him trying to read my comments because in my head they sound the same. In my head, when I type it, it sounds like it sounds in my head. But when he was trying to
I,
read my comments, I was like, crap. There's like one too many likes in
I
that.
seriously don't know what's happened because he said, like, when I said, "Oh, he's doing a live," and then he said, and then like I questioned him, he says, "Oh, I'll do it tomorrow," and he wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't meeting next week. He meant the
No,
next
no,
day.
yeah, and he's
Has he
still
been back
doing so.
since?
Something must have been up, or it might have been work wise or something. I don't
I
know,
hope he's
but
okay.
I don't want to keep on pestering him on Insta because I don't want to seem like one of those bloody stalker people, like demanding when you're going to do next live.
I know. I see a lot of people ask him to, but like maybe, yeah. Wait, has he had his channel for long? Like, I
I
mean, I
think
know he's had
I,
YouTube for long, but
I'm not sure because I took a year out from talking all Bravo stuff. I've just come back recently, and
yeah.
I like the way Freddie was talking and the way he was like chilled. And I thought, yeah, I can work with someone like that.
I was excited when you were telling me about him, and then I found him, and I was on the live. I was like, all right, yeah. I made sure I said, I'm friends with Karma, and I am Team Lisa. I said, I am here to back up Karma about Lisa Barlow. I said, I feel the same exact
I
way
know, it's just like,
Karma does.
don't say that because he'll think it's a bloody conspiracy.
I know they're like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, guys, don't all. I was like, don't all jump me at once. I was like, Karma, where are you? Wake up! And you're like, literally, I
I
was
was
like,
literally,
you're like,
I
I fell
was,
asleep. No, you're like, what did you say? I'm something. I was like, what happened? Oh my
I,
God, what
I
happened?
literally fell asleep. I messaged him. He says, "Oh, I'm going to be on for like 11:30." So I set my alarm for like an hour and a half just to get a quick cat nap because I was so drained and exhausted. And I thought, right, I'll be like fresh waking up. You know what I mean? To have a bit crack with everyone. And
Where are you?
then like I woke up earlier and then I seen him on and I was just like, holy sugar, get
And I
on
was
here
scared.
quickly.
I refused to call. I was like, I'm not calling unless Karma can hear. I'm not calling in. I was like, but then I was like, maybe I should and just like I could put Karma up on my thing and like, maybe just put like I had an avatar and I could be like, I could be on your behalf, But then I was like, I'm not. I was like, wait till we talk about Salt Lake. You know what I mean? I was waiting for the, you know, I that one I forget her name, but Kai or whatever. She just talked way too fast for me, and I was like, I would have got eaten alive on that thing because I'm the American girl that can barely speak and can't like finish my full sentences, and I say like way too much, and she talked way too fast for me, and what she was saying I didn't catch on. I was like, now I feel stupid. I'm like,
That's what
Carmen, I think I need you to come back, but I'm excited though about it to come back.
the thing that I mean, I don't mind Kai in a way, but like I think it's a tactic got you just to talk fast so people don't debate her.
Yeah.
and
When you said that, I was like, that makes sense. That makes sense.
and last night on Make It Make Sense, I said hello to everyone, like, and even put her name in it. She didn't reply back to us, and I was just like, oh, even though she was
Oh,
talking, I was like, okay. I was like, okay. Natasha Ski, she's always on
yeah.
Mims as well as Freddie's. She added us on Insta. She is very good looking. Like,
Is
don't
she?
get
I did. I
she has
didn't know.
like
I
a
seen
kid
her a couple times.
she has the kid photo one with the bangs, like 80s style. but she still has bangs, but she's a really good looking girl. And I was just like, I
Oh,
even said on the live, I goes, Natasha, you stunning. Like, and she was telling me that she
I've
couldn't
seen
get a
her
man.
name so many
I was,
times. Like I know her name from other chats. I said, you know, like I feel like I know her, but I've never seen her on Instagram. I have to check her out on Instagram. I mean, most of us talk on Instagram anyway. I mean, talk like we all talk anyway, but like I still get excited when we come up on lives though. But
I don't dislike Kai or anything like that. I just think at times she uses ethnicity as a weapon against people, and without explaining herself fully, like properly, and it comes across abusive and defensive instead of just being chill. And that's what I had to explain to her, saying, look, I'm not here to judge people on the ethnic backgrounds. I'm not here to judge people on how they behave and treat each other. And I joke and laugh about it. I goes, I get there's like a race thing going on in America, I says, but it's not the same over here. And I'm sorry, we allowed to speak on a person, whatever ethnic group they are on public TV. We can speak about them if we want to speak about them, like you speak about people on Beverly Hills. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
no. And I was like, I didn't even know if you guys could hear it because she's American, right? Is that or is she? Because
I think so. I mean,
see,
like I
could
said,
you
I
even
don't have
understand what
nothing
she was
against her.
saying?
I think she's got a lovely side when she gets into it, but she comes quite defensive of people. Like, if you say
I
anything
couldn't
about
understand. I didn't
Candace,
know. I figured if you guys could understand her, I was like, if she's American and she's talking so fast, maybe I could get it. So I was like, you poor people. I don't know if you had a clue. I was like, if she's American and talks fast like that, how did you guys even understand her? She
she,
talks fast. It's not like you had the fast forward thing on the speed button. You know how Mims does the speed thing? That's what
mm,
it sounded like to me when he
like
speeds up the clips.
when I was younger, I used to talk as fast as that, like faster. So I know what she's saying. And then if like you question this and that, it's like kind
You
of
guys
like
do talk fast.
on
You guys
she
do
goes
talk fast.
straight on the defense without listening. You know what
She
I
doesn't
mean?
breathe. She doesn't
And
take a breath. And I was like, take a breath so
and
I know what you're saying. Like she would stop, take a breath.
It's Candy Washington what called her out and said, no, baby, that's not how it is. And I
Oh,
suppose it has to take someone with a darker skin complexion to say it.
mm.
And I'm just like, no one's against you, Kai, on here. I'm definitely not. I'm just like, but not
No.
everything is so black and white. Like, there's a lot of grey and there's a lot of different behaviors what people do. Hey, do you know what I found funny last night when I was on Mims? Someone
Yeah.
tried calling me out saying I don't know anything about colorism because they
Do you
see
know
me
who it was?
because someone called more black, something like that, because I'm white. I goes, do you understand? I goes, I'm sorry, I've got red hair. I says, I think I know something about colorism. I says, when you're bullied from being a kid growing up because you're too white with red hair and you don't look
Mm-hmm.
right and you
Mm-hmm.
don't have the same features as normal white people, I says, I think
Or
I
the
can
people around you.
understand it. You know,
Yeah.
it's not just black people will have this issue. It comes because white people come in all different shades as well, and you get picked
Mm-hmm.
on for your differences. But I
We
wasn't
have
going to say that to
we
her.
have stereotypes too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
we're white trash. We're this. We're you know what I mean? It's like, and
it's just,
you know,
and then you had the nerve to say that because you're white, you don't know what colorism is. And I said to the person that goes, with what you've just said there, I'm going to move on. Have a good day. And they're going, oh, why are you being defensive? Oh, why are you being defensive? I goes, no, I goes, you didn't. If you're not going to get what you've just went and said to us, there's no point in having a discussion with you because you
I
don't
mean,
get
honestly, no.
it.
And like, and even if you didn't, that's not your fault. I mean, like, I want to learn. I want to learn. You know what I mean? I'm willing to learn. Like, and that's why
I think
I didn't join
you,
the chat, but I'm going to listen so I can learn something from it. You know what I
well,
mean?
that's
But
what I said when I was in Mims,
yeah,
right? I says I will try and understand this coming from biracial people,
yeah.
light skinned dark people to dark skinned people,
You
to
probably
see
do
what the
understand what he's
problem
like.
is. But from my
Mm,
perspective, all I see is just a whole load of bunch of jealousy and brainwashed in society what people have said about people, and media hasn't helped, and stereotyping each other hasn't helped either, and they've only got themselves to blame because they don't have the right education. It's
exactly.
like I always say this: put yourself in that person's shoes. Would you like to be treated that way? regardless of what
I,
skin color they are, and you're just like, no, so don't
I
do it.
mean, who would say yeah? You know what I mean? Now, do you watch that show? Do you know who Babs and you know who Whitney what's her name? The My Big Fat Fabulous Life, Whitney Thor. Do you know who that is? And Babs and Glenn, they're on TLC.
No.
No, oh, her mom, that Babs died, the mom of the show. I didn't know if she's. I literally was bringing up because we were talking about that, and I was like, like we just all need to learn like compassion and like
Life is
unconditional love,
way too short.
unconditional love. Yeah,
Life is way too short for this crap,
yeah.
and it
It's
really
just
is.
it's,
And I
we're like,
think a
what is
lot
this
of
world
people,
coming to?
I think a lot of people come on this internet just to take the anger out on people instead of actually
They
going
make
to a
channels. They make
therapist
yeah.
and getting
They
their
make
head
YouTube
sorted out.
channels to bully each other.
Yeah,
Who makes a YouTube channel just to bully somebody else and then spend their entire
yeah.
day doing it? That to
And
me blows my
what I don't like is when they group people into the same group just
yeah.
because of what skin color they are, and everyone's the same. Not everyone is the same. Everyone is different, and everyone comes with different views. Stop being
And
judgmental, judging everyone, because not everyone is the same.
and not
Like,
everybody's raised the same either. You could be
no,
completely
you know what I
yeah,
mean? It's like I've
yeah.
got like a total different thing over here. You will get a minority of people who are racist, the same what
Mm,
you'll get in parts of America, but the majority over here, we not. You know what I mean? It's like we
yeah.
don't see things like that. It's just ridiculous. The only problem that we have is the illegal immigrants because
And see like
because
yeah.
they don't really need protection over here. They're only coming because they're getting free money. That's it.
I mean like they like see over here they bust them in and then as long as they do it the right way, but they're still considered illegal. But it's like I don't really care about all that. You know what I mean? It doesn't
No,
bother
but
me.
like
You know?
these people are not coming from war zones. These people are coming from well-off places, like in the Middle
Yeah.
East, because they can't get
Mm.
work, so they think they're going to have a free ride over in our country. You've seen the size of our country; it's tiny.
Is it?
Our taxes are going up because of these people. It's crazy.
Oh, what did you say? Did you watch the royal thing? Did you watch Harry and Meghan? You probably did, right?
I will not watch it. I know what it's going to
You
be
won't.
about, and I know what he's about. He is nothing but a bloodsucker, and so is she. She and he are the racists.
I'm
Point
hearing a
blank.
lot of bad stuff about this after this started coming
I
out.
cannot stand them, and
I feel like you're
that
right.
I'm hoping that Parliament is going to take the titles off them, so they
I
haven't got
thought
a
they
choice.
did. I really thought they did.
No,
I
there's a
thought they
petition
did.
going up, and it's going through. Parliament's got to go through 2 times, and even MPs are now, after saying Netflix is wanting them. God, she was disgraceful the way she was talking about the Queen, talking about Curtsy and stuff like that. She's just a liar.
And apparently
I saw a clip of it.
they've been using old footage and trying to pass it off
Oh
as
yes,
being. You hear about that?
Believe me,
Yeah.
America, whoever's watching this, we welcome that harlot over here with open arms. She got married and everything, and as soon as she got that ring on her finger, she changed and started acting as though she ruled this country. Girl, know your place.
Yeah.
This isn't the Princess Diaries. This is real royalty. This is real life. They do not behave this way. They work for us.
I still can't believe that you guys pay. I still blows my mind that you guys pay them. That's how they get paid.
Right. The,
I
the,
was like,
the thing is, though, Krista, with
yeah.
you've got to pay for a president.
But you have
Even
one, don't you? Don't you have
no, we have a prime minister, but you've got to pay for a president.
that's
He's
what,
still when he's left being a president for the rest of his life. We don't,
yeah.
and we pay a
Oh, so
small
you don't
amount of
pay for
tax
your
to the
prime minister
Queen.
person, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, we pay a small amount to the royal family, but the amount of money what they bring in is three
Yeah.
times as more than what we paid them. So really, they're doing us a service because they're bringing money in, and they
Yeah.
also doing charity work for us.
I was gonna
And
say they
it's not,
also give it back out. Like they hand it
yeah,
right back out.
it's not just in this country; it's around all the Commonwealth and around the other countries. What's part of the UK? You know what I mean? They're helping everyone. And that's what they do is charity work. And Meghan Markle couldn't get in her thick head. It's not about what I want, celebrity lifestyle, getting money out people. It's what I can do to help others with the privilege what I've got.
I kind of thought she would walk in Princess Di's shoes and be like a big charity, you know, doing a big you know,
No,
advocate for the
no, no,
people and everything.
no one will ever replace Princess Diana. The closest one who does have the compassion, is Kate,
Kate,
Catherine.
she does have
She
a she
she
Sam knows
actually
that.
puts herself out, and she has done from day one, helping people and actually caring about
Yeah.
them. And that's not just because she's going to be the future queen. It's the same with
Is
William.
she?
He has that compassion where you see Harry has never had that because he's been a brat all the way growing up. He's the one wearing Nazi clothes. He's the one calling people from Pakistani racist words. And yet and then they dare to turn around and say that someone in the royal family is being racist because they questioned what colour the kid would be coming out. That's what they
We
call racism.
hmm. Now, do you? So I heard, well, allegedly that Prince Charles isn't going to be king for long or something. He's not going to be king for long, and then it's going to go to who? If just say Prince Charles isn't the king anymore, like who's next after that? Harry or no?
Hmm? Oh
Who
no!
are?
If William passed on, unfortunately, it would go to George, his son, or
Okay.
it would go to the daughter if something happened to George, or it would go to Louis, the second son. Harry's not
So
even in the line anymore. He's down in the line now for ever
he
being
is.
king. He's got no right whatsoever. They even offered Archie an earl position. They
Yeah.
don't have. They don't have to because he's not in the line for the throne. You know what I mean? Harry comes
Yeah.
as prince because he was born a prince. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He
Yeah.
was born the prince, not Archie. So he'll get the next title down. And they refused to give Archie a title, Meghan and Harry, because they didn't like him
Hmm.
being called the Earl of Dumbarton. That's a place up in Scotland because they said it sounds dumb. I was like,
Hmm.
that's the actual name of the place I grew up, children. And then they made out and saying, "Oh, we don't want this for our children because we don't want our children in the spotlight." They have done everything to be in the spotlight ever since leaving to make money. They
Yeah.
are
They
nothing but
definitely are.
grifters. They are
They're doing
grifters.
everything. They even have a podcast.
Yeah, and it's terrible. I've heard it. Grifting.
Yeah, I heard that too. And I until you guys were talking about them the other day, I didn't really pay much attention to them at all. I didn't even because they're not like well they're here, but if before I didn't really care, you know. But it just but I
I'm
started to
so
listen. And
I'm
I
so
didn't.
pleased the proper jewels went to Kate and not her from Diana. At least they'll stay in the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, why do you think they? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's in the story. That's
And
a thing
I
for
am
listening.
so tired of this racism thing. No
Yeah,
one cares about what colour she is. It's about her
I
attitude, and
know. I
she's
didn't even.
disgusting.
I
This
was like,
privilege,
they're
what she
talking about
has.
everything else. They're talking about everything else, but that I was like, I don't think they even. I honestly, I didn't even know. I wouldn't even have known she was like that, half black. I didn't even know. I wouldn't have even known until that somebody said.
Do you know what the best thing about it is? I've heard the
Mhm.
clips what they were putting on was clips publications from America being about racists and stuff. Nothing from the UK. They were putting clips on from people being in America being racist and stuff like that. Nothing from the UK. We honestly, Krista, we just don't care. We just
Yeah,
don't have we just don't have time for spoiled brats and abusing
it's,
people, especially
and ignorance.
who have that privilege to be doing that to people. It's like, no, you forget we the ones what pay for you, not the other way around.
I always wonder how they had so much. I mean, because they're like so right, like a lot of money. But I mean, I just figured it was passed down from hundreds and that, like all the kings. And, I don't know. I think it's awesome, but like,
They have properties and businesses as well. They'll have certain
yeah,
like
as I say,
houses and things like that. Because I know Charles has got an island of his own near the UK, what's connected to the UK, and he's got a lot of property on there, and he rents those out as well. They have loads of stuff. Harry, when looking at all the properties and all the things what he'll have, I'm not joking, he'll have about $1 billion worth, and then he had the nerve to go and open and said, "Daddy, cut me off." Like,
how do
grow
they?
up, Harry.
How
Grow
do they
up.
have money? I wonder how they have money. I wonder how they made money.
Harry was trying to sponge money out of the UK still, even though he didn't want to work for the UK. And he wanted his cake and eating it, and so did Meghan. And the UK said, no, go. And because the UK, if they wanted to, they could get rid of the royal family if they wanted to. Just like that. Click of a finger if they wanted to. He needs to realise how privileged he is and what good life he has. And so does that
Do you
little
think?
upstart from America. I mean, for me, why didn't you go and say hello to her dad, the one who raised her?
I
Why
was
didn't
going
you
to
go and
ask you that.
say,
What is the deal? Like, why did she? I didn't think she
oh,
ever had a.
she tried to make out her father was a monster. He was the bloody one what
Yeah,
raised
yeah,
her,
yeah. She
while her
said her
mother was
mom.
in
She spent most
prison.
of the time with her mom. She says that, like, she said it a couple of times in her thing that she spent all of her time with her mom. Like, but I don't. I mean, I don't know. I just that's awful though. I thought I didn't know what her deal with her dad. I didn't know if he was a piece of poop or
No,
he
no,
wasn't
no,
or he is or
no,
wasn't.
no,
But
no, no. She tried her games. She was looking down on the family, thinking that they're not good enough for what she's
right.
born into. She crapped on her family, and then she tried doing a 360 on the royal family to get her advantage to make money. And Harry is not the brightest crayon in the box. Put it that way. He's a bit dippy in the head. And I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm not. I think
Yeah.
he's an undercover closet as well.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
There's been
Well,
rumours,
really?
really.
Did anybody expect like anybody named or
I don't know the names I get because I get told by
like
a lot of
why?
people what's
There's like
going on.
certain like why wouldn't he just come out? Like why wouldn't he just maybe he didn't
Oh,
know.
well, it runs in the family, doesn't it, about them being gay? Prince Charles's uncle was gay in Scotland and married. He died in a
I
crash
thought
in
you
the
were gonna say
set.
Prince. I thought you were gonna say
He,
Prince Charles was because
no, well, I wouldn't
I
put it
kind of
past him either because he's a bit
but I
like,
kind of thought because Carmela doesn't look like a I don't know I just didn't think that he I don't know whatever it is what it is I just find it I heard that somebody said that he wasn't going to be he wasn't going to be king long I don't know if that was a
right,
prophecy
I
or
don't,
something
like,
or
you can tell he's not going to be king long because
okay yeah
the Queen lived until her 90s and she died of bone cancer. Um, and he's in his 70s now, so it's not going to be a long time he's going to be king.
I
But
I was
the,
thinking the couple years only like
in a way, I prefer him to be king for now because it gives William time to spend with his family, where Charles didn't
yeah
have that with his mother because she had no choice. She had to be a queen at 25.
yep
She had no choice when her father passed
damn
away.
she was queen for so oh wow her whole life
Yeah,
almost her life
she's
wow
like 70 years ruling,
and then he
70,
and like I
constantly
had a
working.
feeling like I had a feeling when he went she was going to go quickly after that because like they assume people were married that long that
I was still
marriages.
like for us because I'm British. We
Yeah.
always the Queen's always been there. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I was going to
Christmas
say like how
Day.
did it feel that she's not here
It's
and
weird. It reminds us of my grandma passing on. It's like
really
you know what
oh
that's what it feels like because she's been part of the woodwork in all
yeah
like the UK for that
you know
long,
I
and
never thought about that
every Christmas she would do like a speech as well, and you would sit around the Christmas table, have your dinner, and then watch the Queen's speech, and then nod off to sleep. You know what I mean? And it's just like it's just strange and like
your whole
I,
life she's been like everybody's basically their whole lives as far as you guys have been alive she's been queen you know what I mean
yes, this is
like,
what
you
I
don't
mean.
know
A
any
very
your
long
whole life you know nothing different
yes, a very long time. And like
and they
I'm
both like both
40
left
tomorrow. I'm 40 tomorrow. And like I say, like that's
oh,
all we've known is the Queen.
happy birthday
Oh, thank you. The
when we're both Sagittariuses
what?
I said we're both Sagittarius
Yes. It's just
what
like I feel ancient as well, though I'm 10 and 40.
I'm 45 okay don't even cry about 40 cry at 45 when you're
Like
halfway to 50
I know, Christy, it's my situation with me smashing
yeah
knee, and then you can't do anything, and you've had to put weight on. I'm wanting to get my weight back off, but I can't do anything because I can't move my knee.
oh god
Yeah, it's crazy. I think Krista's gone. Well, it looks like it's turned into the Karma Collective show, everybody. Krista, where the hell are you? What's going on? Hello. Thank you, Liz. I'm just like, it's crazy times lately. It's absolutely freezing over here and it's been snowing. She's coming back. The wheel's turning. Can she get back in?
Are you still there?
Yes, you're back.
Oh my God, I know. My phone's dying. I'm a mess.
Oh,
I know. I was like, oh crap. I was like, wait a minute. I had to plug it in real quick, but it's gonna die on me. I couldn't believe my laptop completely went crazy. Then the cat kept knocking it over, and then this thing's dying. Norma told me that Mercury's in retrograde, so that makes sense. So all the technologies are not right. Nothing is working right. And I was like, man, I look cute today too. Like I gotta get. I'm like, I gotta get a look.
Lit, I can see. I've went and turned it on the comments from the private chat, so I can see what you're saying. Here, easy. I just can't type into it. That's all.
I can't type either. I don't know why. It won't let me.
Yeah.
I don't like doing it from my phone at all. I don't like it from my phone. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like how I can't really hear you.
Do you know the most thing what I hate is when I go on the panel and I can see people saying hello, but I can't type because I'm in this section. I've got to cut off the other YouTube, but I can see them and I want to say hi to them, but I don't want to interrupt people because it's not my channel and I don't want them thinking that I'm being off with them.
You know what I'll do? If I'm on when I'm on Adams, because I have the same issue. I can't get into the comments. I'll have another device where I can type in the comments and I'm still up on the panel, but I can still type in the comments. I figured I'd just get a different device.
Even if I mute it, it echoes for me if I've got another device on.
Turn them all down. Turn it all the way down.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Even if I mute them, it still echoes for some reason. I don't know why. It did it on Freddy's the other week, and I'm just like, oh God.
So when you came up, somebody comes up on my phone to add them, like how I just did you, if I don't do it really fast, it's like it does the interference thing, right. And I'm like, wait,
echo. But yeah. So Krista, that's all I've got to say for now for the shows.
Me too.
How long have we been on for?
We've been on for an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes.
That's a long time.
I know. I'm gonna have to I think these ones today are just I was a mess earlier, but I'm gonna look for Freddie's stuff so I can,
Krista, the thing is, it's YouTube. Things happen. Things don't go right all the time. And it's free here, so people are just gonna have to be patient. It's not like they pay for the service.
You know how many times I'm laying here, I'm like, I need this. I need to talk about this. I need to go online. I need to go live now. I have to talk about this. And I'm like, I can't. There's like all this other shit. I'm like, who cares what I look like? I need to talk about this. Because there's times I'm like, what? I was like, I need to freak the fuck out. And I'm like, but look at me. I'm a mess. I can't go there looking like this.
I've exploded with Salt Lake because I'm thinking, I couldn't speak last week. They haven't been on. And I'm just like, there's so much to talk about. Like, and then you were on talk about Salt Lake. I says, do you want me to go on live stream? Then you go and do Miami next. I'm just like, what about Salt Lake?
Yeah, I know. I was like, we'll get there. We'll get there. I promise. I know. Oh God, I know. All right.
Have fun,
I will talk to you later. I will. I'll talk to you later. She's leaving us. Yeah. And she's the only one here anyway, I think, but
I'll see you later. I'll see you later as well.
See you later. I don't even know how to get you out of here. How do I get you out?
I can do it. I know how to leave.
All right. Oh, yeah, you probably could.
Bye.
All right. Bye. We got to get Carmen to start a YouTube channel too. All right, guys. Sorry, it was a complete mess. I see a couple people watching. I'm sorry, guys. It's like doing it from my phone is a lot different. The laptop is I don't know what's going on. I can't get it to charge. I'm going to work on that. And it's Friday, right? I don't know. I might be back later, but who's sticking around? Whoever stuck around, thank you so much. And love you too, Lit Red. I said it wrong, Lit. All right, let me get my shoot together and see what everybody's doing, and I'll be back. And yeah, that was a long one, but all right, guys, thanks for sticking with me. Comment, all that stuff. Comment. What am I trying to say? Subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. Love you.